Hi, I'm Hardy. I believe that life is an adventure. It's gonna be an interesting summer. I'm in the house. Hardy's in the house.
Hardy.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go find our room, guys.
Let's go. All right, quick. All right, big one with a cot. Where? That's the bathroom.
Hurry.
Get in there.
Yeah! Woo! Who's better than you and I? You got the water bath?
Yeah. I'm sorry I had to outrun you.
That's all right,
How are you?
man. Oh. All right, Hardy.
Go, Hardy.
I'm Hardy, originally from York, Pennsylvania. I've actually been living in Miami for like the past several months.
And how old are you?
31.
I don't release my age, but I have a 4-year-old kid, so that ages me a little bit.
The person that stood out the most to me was probably Hardy. Of course, he's absolutely gorgeous. So Hardy looked like he might be someone that I'd be able to talk to.
Well, the clouds in your world are pink and puffy, sweetheart. I'll tell you what.
Hardy is sent from heaven.
You suck for making me sleep on this couch.
Hey, I'm sorry, but that's not my call.
Hardy is absolutely beautiful, and I don't know if he knows that. These women here really are digging on Hardy. Do you mind being affectionate with me?
What do you mean affectionate?
Like touching me. Does that bother you?
What do you mean touching you?
I mean, just like being affectionate with me. Does it bother you?
Not yet. I don't know what she was looking for, a friend, but I mean, for some reason, it seemed that she chose me to kind of, I don't know whether she felt a vibe from me. I don't know what her mindset was.
Are you gonna let me sleep with you some night?
Well, let's cross that bridge when we get there.
I'm sorry you have to sit here with me, but it's making me feel a lot better than going out there.
I don't have to sit here with you. I'm choosing to.
That you are. I appreciate it.
If I were in your position, what my best play would be to like knock everyone's socks off and act like absolutely nothing happened, that nothing
Well, that's
changed.
what I tried to do. I tried to go outside and sit down and hang out and not go hide or anything, I mean,
Right.
But if I would have jumped in that jacuzzi the other night and played the strawberry whipped cream game, things would have been a little bit different.
I formed more of a one-on-one relationship with Nicole than I had an opportunity to do with Cheryl. I honestly wished I didn't have to vote either one of them out, because I really like them both. Vote to evict Cheryl, unfortunately.
Cheryl, you are now evicted from the Big Brother house.
I think Autumn's being singled out by Mike, Will, and Shannon because they see her as the weak gazelle, and any predator will always go for the weakest animal in the herd. Well, I guess we know the game is now on. The gloves are off. The gloves are off. I definitely wanted to give her a hug and just let her know that not everyone's like that, Not everyone has that in them to be so hurtful. A bag of potato chips found its way to her bed today. Did you know anything about that?
Yes, I do.
What were you trying to say? Why would you do that?
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
Why would you do something like that? To belittle her, to make her feel bad about herself?
Well, let me see. How many cuss words or how many nasty words have you called me in the last 24 hours?
Several.
Autumn? Like feeling like I have to tiptoe around you.
You don't have to tiptoe around me.
Well, no, but that's why I came in here. Because I feel like you have a beef with me. And I didn't want that. And I want to know what's up with stuff. And if you do have anything to say, I want you to say it to me. And if you still don't like me after I walk out of here, it's all right. I still said something.
It just was obvious to me that once Sherry was voted out and things weren't going to go their way, that they decided they're going to change gears and not necessarily, well, yeah, kind of start sucking up to the people that they shunned before because they need votes. So, I mean, can you stand it here another week? Can you stand dealing with this kind of pressure and this kind of stress and all the mind games and everything else? Can you deal with that for another week?
Yeah.
Because I have to be honest with you, I don't know if you can.
I know. I'll be the first one to say that I had no idea this environment was going to be as hostile and judgmental as it is.
She's emotionally needy, and for us to have to kind of carry her and nurture her kind of takes away from us a little bit, because if somebody falls or stumbles, we all have to kind of stumble to help.
When I saw Hardy, I just expected someone either conceited or really dumb. His body is, oh my God. And that's all I got to say about his body.
Look at that. How lucky can you get, and how beautiful can a person be?
Like I said, my hormones been on lockdown, but those sounds make them go.
Don't be saying no.
You've got to figure, you know, this guy's so vain he's going to break a neck trying to snap and look in a mirror. He has shocked me. Ooh. Oh, look at the man go. He's very well grounded. He's an honest and sincere individual, and of all the people in the house, he's probably one of, if not my favorite.
I mean, I just try a lot harder at certain things that I like to do that make me feel good. So it's like, as far as like me considering myself like better than anyone else or like better looking or whatever, I don't necessarily consider myself that way. It's other people that it's, I mean, everyone's got their own opinion.
Hardy is beautiful to look at. He's eye candy, but he shouldn't be treated that way because he's got the heart. He's a perfect guy, and whoever doesn't see it, that's their fault.
I don't think he's going to come to Chilltown. He certainly doesn't like what I represent, which is honesty, even if it's cruel. And he would much rather things be, you know, puppy dogs and roses, whereas I would much rather things be realistic.
My goal is to bring him down, whether I win or not, you know?
That's all I want to see.
He tends to root for the underdog, as a lot of us do.
I just don't want to see, you know, I don't want that. Don't win.
I love your ass, Hardy. Anyway,
he's opened up a lot.
Hardy's always looked me in the eye, and most people in here don't look you in the eye.
You're being gunned down by whom?
Will, Shannon, and Mike.
Chilltown.
Dang.
I think his modus operandi is that he's going to try to just be the nice guy, be Mr. Sensitive, and then, you know, hope to sneak into the finals of the show. That seems to be working because I think a lot of people here are very naive.
He wants to see Chilltown go down and out, and then he said that we can put him up for nomination and he'll walk out with his head held high.
Personally, I honestly don't know if you can handle this. And it's only going to get harder.
Would you vote against me for that?
I would have to say yes.
I cannot wait to see her leave. I'm even do a little dance.
I don't want to be voted out by my own friends.
Well, what reason would be acceptable for me to vote against you then?
If you actually didn't like me. I just get that feeling. Is it the same way you feel?
I don't know.
Autumn, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Thought that I had some good friends and even a roommate who really cared about me, and those are the people that tried to oust me and rally people to get me thrown out.
In my mind, I had stuck up for Autumn, and I had said things and done things to try to defend her. The only person that I could assume would have led her to say what she said about me was Nicole.
Hardy wins head of household competition. Congratulations, Hardy.
The funniest thing was that, you know, after it had all ended, Mike was sitting there. He thought I was dead meat for Shannon. I just don't understand how people perceive me. Like, I don't see why that they see me as less educated, less knowledgeable. I don't know what he was basing it on. My appearance, perhaps it was just wishful thinking.
I feel guilty eating two groceries 2 weeks in a row and making them eat PBJ.
It's not us making them eat it.
It's Big Brother. It's a competition.
It's a game which everyone's signed on the dotted line to play.
I guess I just have a little bit more compassion than ours.
I can understand and appreciate your position regarding, like, you know, not wanting the girls to have to go through another week of eating peanut butter and jelly, but that's not in my blood.
I apologize. I was totally wrong.
Well, what was your intent in doing that?
I just felt like I was being attacked for being a compassionate person.
It could obviously be a strategy of his, because he has, over the past 2 weeks, done certain things and said certain things, not only to myself, but to other people in the household. So I think it's all kind of wrapped up into one big, juicy, cover your ass type of thing.
So, I mean, I am a compassionate person, but when it comes down to, like, me eating or somebody else eating for a week, you better watch out.
What do you think about that?
The untouchables are myself, Krista, and Hardy.
What the Untouchables stand for is just people that understand each other without even have to say anything, that, you know, there's an automatic trust.
Well, you ain't special.
No, not.
In my book, Monica and Krista are two people that I sincerely trust.
Whatever you and I discuss, unless I say it's just between us, you can tell Monica anything that you and I discuss. Unless you tell me that I can't discuss with her because I feel her, you know what I mean? But I still got a little bit of a beef with her. I did not try to rally votes for Autumn getting the house, dude. The only person that could have said that to her was last night. Her and Nicole were about hours talking. I'm gonna talk to Mike tomorrow in the morning, first thing. Because I want to make him promise me that if I don't nominate him, that he won't nominate me if he gets in a household.
Oh, I think I'm very eligible for nomination. I don't think I'm safe at all.
I'm putting this week in your hands for yourself. I'm not asking you for a saving grace forever. I'm asking for, when you get a household, just don't nominate me. And I'm going to do the same for you right now. And if you tell me no, I'm going to put you up. If you tell me yes, you'll do that for me, I won't put you up. Just take your time, but before I put the box in, all you have to do is, if you say yes to me, then I'm assuming that, yes, we agreed to a deal that when you get head of household, I won't be nominated.
But don't you want the answer sooner so you can make a play for somebody else? I mean, you got to look out for yourself.
Oh, I am.
You know what I mean?
It's up to you. I mean, I'm giving you first dibs. Of course, I'd rather know sooner than later, but...
I'll give you an answer within like 45 minutes. Think about putting me up against Bunky, however the chips may fall, and then instead of one person, the offer you gave me looking out for you next week, you'd have 3 or 4, depending if I stay. Everyone has created this chill town versus the rest of the house. That's bull. That's absolute bull. And if I was you, is what I'm saying, I don't want to be here in the final few weeks with the likable people, like whoever, Monica, Bunky, whoever. Because then if it comes down to you and a likable person, you know what I'm saying?
Are you saying I'm not likable?
No, you're likable, but there are people who are really likable. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. It doesn't do you much good. I mean, I could be that likable person. And if you have to do that, I totally understand. For me, it would feel to me like I was making a deal behind people's backs and sparing myself at the expense of someone that has been good to me. And I would feel weird doing that. So I have to, if it's just about that and you don't want to consider anything else, I have to decline.
As you guys know, Shannon, I nominated you, and Will, I nominated you. Nothing really personal. Shannon, I nominated you because I just never really felt, for whatever reasons, like maybe our personalities don't necessarily click completely, but it never really felt like a complete closeness or what have you, or just whatever. Will, I nominated you pretty much for the same reasons. Just absolutely nothing personal. And hopefully when this is all over, we can all, if we see each other out, which I certainly hope, that we can all get together and have a couple of drinks and a couple of laughs about all this stuff. So that's basically it. There's the nominations for this week, and I wish the two of you the luck. And that's it.
Wow, that was probably about the cowardest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Do you want to give an explanation for that while I'm here so I can hear it?
Well, considering that Will and I are the closest, but, you know, we all have our opinions, just like my opinion, it's...
Closest to who?
Will and I are the closest in the whole house.
To who? Each other?
Yeah.
And what does that have to do with me?
Nothing, just what I said. You can take it however you want.
All right. That's fine. When I started out, I said that I would do anything to win. I saw people doing anything to win, and it completely turned my stomach. One of those two definitely needs to leave, and we'll see what the rest of the household has to say about it.
Hardy's a marked man now. That was just a dumb idea. My prediction is one of us is leaving this way, and and Hardy's leaving next week.
Hardy is intimidated by me, but I'm going to make him cry before the end of the week is over. His actions basically say, I'm jealous, I'm a coward.
But what?
Yellow dust.
Yellow?
Yeah.
You want to explain that one too?
Like, you know, coward, yellow, that type of thing.
What's your damage with this coward thing? Why am I a coward?
Because of your jealousy of Will and I.
How am I jealous?
Of your own ability to find a relationship. So you find the two happiest people in the entire house, and you put them on probation to try to help them rent in Chilltown or whatever. So that's why I call you a coward.
Okay.
That's my reasoning for that.
So you're saying that if I nominated you or Will, I'm a coward?
No, just Will and I together.
Why? One of you are going to go anyway.
Exactly. So why not hold that that card in your back pocket? See,
What's the difference? If I would have nominated somebody against Will, Will might have gone, or you and somebody else, you might have gone.
Exactly.
So what's the difference?
Well, it puts up a bigger challenge than you're willing to take.
I want you to explain the difference.
Jealousy. I don't have a dictionary. Jealousy and coward. I can't pull those off the top of my head.
Why would I be jealous of you and Will?
I don't know. I don't know, Hardy. I mean, I'm sorry. No?
Okay, that's fine. I'm glad you explained it to me. It makes complete sense. I'm a jerk and I'm insensitive and I'm immature and I'm a coward. I mean, the rationale is simply not there. It's not logical. And she's just upset, and I know she's lashing out, but she's making herself look like an idiot.
That was what the young man was trying to do.
Implode from inside.
Well, Hardy hoped that what it would do is plant some suspicion in Will's mind that Mike had made a deal to keep himself from being nominated, hence putting Will at risk.
The only way that this will fall apart is if anyone mentions it.
Don't look at me.
I'm looking at everybody.
No reason to repeat it.
I'm not talking to Krista. I'm not talking to. I'm saying anybody.
Thank you.
Period. Okay.
You got to worry about me.
Get this down. Get this down. Lower the upper arm. That's not parallel. Your elbow's too high.
Stop it.
I'm serious. Your arms
Stop, Bunky.
Too much weight.
Bunky.
Just try to. Your form sucks.
I don't need you to tell me about form, Buck. I appreciate it, though.
Yes, you do.
I swear I'll slap the taste right out of your mouth.
Okay, I'm brushing my teeth and he just stood in there and laughed at me as I walked by.
Who did?
Hardy.
Hardy, can I see you real quick?
Yes.
10, 20, 30.
My toothbrush got broken somehow by Shannon, so I don't know how it happened.
I dropped and broke the head of your toothbrush.
She said she was reaching for something. But there's nothing in that area that she would be reaching for where my toothbrush was. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell you'd reach for. What could she be reaching for? She didn't dry her hair. Her hair's up. It's like, what could she possibly be reaching for that she would knock my over and cause the head to be broken? And, like, I'm not even sure the head's broken, but I'm certainly not going to use it now. She's like a little kid that takes her ball and goes home because the game's not going her way. It's asinine. And all of a sudden my toothbrush breaks. Hey, can I ask you a question? What was it you were reaching for when my toothbrush broke?
My curling iron's over there.
But you didn't curl your hair. There's no way in hell that she accidentally broke my toothbrush.
This house, no matter who you are or what you do, we're going to find out in a matter of minutes. It spreads like wildfire, and there's no way out of it.
Hardy, Shannon used a toothbrush to, remove the gauntlet.
Huh? For her to think that she could get away with it was ludicrous. You used my toothbrush to scrub the toilet, that's how you broke it?
No.
So how did you break it?
I told you.
But I know you're lying to me, so why can't you just tell me the truth?
Let's hear.
Why can't you just tell me the truth?
Maybe for the same reason you can't tell me the truth why you put Will and I up.
Because that's
cowardice, jealousy.
That's two members of Chilltown. That's why I get two.
Never have. I understand the whole thing, Hardy. It's all right. It's okay.
Well, just so you know that this is broadcast all over the United States and all over the world.
You don't think I know that? Oh,
I'm sure your friends and family are really proud of your actions, and I'm sure there's going to be a parade.
Proud of you, I'm sure.
With the wrong bull, I'm telling you. With the wrong bull.
Bunky said the toilet smelled minty fresh.
Yes.
Listen to me. And, I mean, me and Monica been talking about this. You losing focus. With the he said, she said. That's not you. That is not you.
Hardy Hill, you got a minute?
Yeah, give me a minute.
What?
In a minute.
Okay.
Thank you, brother. She's insane. She is. What kind of crap is that?
I mean, I think it's funny now because you controlled yourself.
Psycho? That's not psycho. I take care of it.
So you breaking my toothbrush was outright, and you addressed me personally, and you, for some reason, felt it necessary to destroy my personal property?
No, I bought you a new one.
That's not the point. The point is, you went like a 2-year-old and broke my property. For no reason.
I think you commenced with the 4th grade games first, so...
What 4th grade games are you referring to? Please discuss this with me.
We already went through the yellow, the cowardice, putting Will and I up, your whole Chilltown mentality. You got to get 2 people from Chilltown out. But I understand that you're not smart enough to play the game, and that's how you feel how you have to play.
Well, funny enough, if I'm not smart enough to be in the game, why are you sitting where you're sitting, and why am I sitting where I'm sitting?
I've already made my peace with everybody in the house.
What was
I am leaving.
I would still like to know whether or not it was intentional. That's all I want to know.
Of course it was intentional, Ken.
Yeah, are you that stupid?
Obviously. So
okay.
You intentionally broke?
So you can't stop,
so
please.
I've got all my votes. I'm leaving on Thursday, and you will be dealt with at a later time.
Are you talking about in the house or outside of the house?
No, I'm not talking about anything. I'm not talking
I want to hear what you're saying. Are you threatening me outside of the house? Because if you can turn the game on outside of the house, trust me, baby, you have no idea who you're messing with.
Ooh, are you threatening me?
No, I'm just saying, if you want to go that route, we can go that route.
You will be taken care of after I leave, as far as the game is concerned, inside the house.
No, you said taken care of later. I want to know what that means.
Yeah, which means after I'm gone, if people still playing the game in the house.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, that's what I meant.
Okay, now you called me a coward, but I want to know.
Let's see, big, buff, strong, muscle guy taking on the little girl. Woo! The plot thickens. Threatening me. God.
No.
I don't know who I'm dealing with.
Okay. Fair enough. If we keep her in here, Mike will have to deal with not having his boyfriend. At least I have to come down to 3-3. That way I have a say in it and I can put that in her face. Let me talk to Monica, and we'll go from there.
I ain't never been to the HOH room.
Oh, you haven't?
Uh-uh.
Let me show you around. I was wondering if you would be willing to cast your vote for Will. And I want to see if Bunky and Kent will do the same. And I think everyone else is going to vote for Shannon.
You vote for Will. Bunky votes for Will. I get to be the one to be like,
That'd be sweet.
Will, Shannon. She's nuts, man.
Yeah.
Why am I a coward?
Because of your jealousy of Will and I.
Why would I be jealous of you and Will?
I don't want you or you. And I want all 3 of you to know it. I'm coming at you.
To the person responsible for nominating Will and Shannon. Hardy is sitting alone in his private room on his last night as this week's head of household. Hi, Hardy.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Just a reminder now, the other house guests cannot hear our conversation, so you can speak candidly, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Now, just now when I was talking to the group, there were a lot of smiles out there, but let's face it, there's been a lot of tension this week.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Now, with that in mind, do you have any regrets about nominating Will or Shannon for eviction?
No, not necessarily. My whole mode of operandi was to begin knocking down so-called Chilltown, and that basically started about 2 weeks ago when things went down with Autumn and Mike, what have you. And I decided right then and there that the type of people that I believe that they are shouldn't be inhabiting this household while I'm here. So I was going to do everything I can to make sure that they're ousted. But it was definitely a difficult week.
Now, you made no secret that you want Shannon to go instead of Will.
Right.
Why is that?
She's probably the person that, out of the three, I can tolerate the least. And her actions this week definitely reflect that and reinforced the validity of my choice.
Do you have any fear of repercussions from the remaining members of Chilltown?
I would expect nothing less.
And you're prepared for that?
Well, as prepared as one can be under these circumstances. I mean, there's not really a whole lot that I can prepare for. When my time comes, as I'm sure it will eventually, you know, I'll be happy to leave. Until then, I'm going to do everything I can to see the remaining two members of Chilltown exit.
Who do you think is your closest ally in the house?
Well, it's actually split, probably between Nicole and Krista. I greatly admire their opinion and feel very close to them, and I feel that it's okay for me to share my feelings with them openly about touchy subjects within the house, about other household members, and that will remain in confidence for the most part.
Okay. What's the best part of being head of household?
You're looking at it. The bedroom with the privacy is unparalleled in this environment because you have no privacy at all whatsoever in this household. And this is the only time and place, being head of household, having this room that you basically have like a fortress of solitude that you can come, not have anyone bother you for the most part, and just kind of be at one with your thoughts.
All right. Well, thank you, Hardy.
Thank you.
You can rejoin your housemates now.
All right, thank you.
Shannon, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
I mean, I just want to like shake their hands and just be like, just understand that like this is just a game. Like this is why we're here. You signed on the dotted line. You know what we signed up for, and don't lose sight of that. You know, I'm not trying to break up any couple or anything like that. I just don't understand. Shannon.
Don't worry, bud.
Good luck.
Thank you, buddy.
You better stop touching me, because I'm going to throw you on the floor. You're going to get off your clothes. I'm going to jump on top of you like this.
Come on. 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 Come on.
I can do like this.
Party, number 6.
You all right?
Why?
I don't know, you just got that look.
Okay.
I don't like this part.
I know. Nobody likes this part.
Especially when people like, I don't know.
We know.
Dude, people like, everyone forgets this is part of the game that everyone signed up for.
I guess Mike's just holding a lot of anger. Just let it be.
Because I'm telling you what, when I get out of here, like, you know, hopefully when I get to see everyone, you know, I want to be able to hang with everybody and not be, like, excluded from anybody. But people get caught up in this shit. They forget it's a game, you know?
You will be.
There is definitely a lot of negative energy within these walls, and I'm trying to kind of put myself away from that energy and, you know, try to keep my mind clear. But seriously, like, I'm not, like, I don't care if I can get voted out or nominated next week. I'm not going to be ashamed of myself and turn into something that I know I'm not, you know? It's really not that important to me anymore. It really isn't. I'm sick of it all. I don't want to talk to anybody about, I'm going to tell everyone individually, like, I don't want to talk about nominations. I don't want to talk about voting. We can talk about anything but why we are here. Literally, like, I'm sick of it, and, like, the thoughts that get through my head is not who I am anymore.
Hardy's all, like, flipping out, but nonetheless, we had, I guess, past tense, an allegiance.
You know, I came in here saying I don't want to be a part of any alliance, and next thing I know, I'm grouped in with people again. Just me. I'm still going to go through with what I had planned. That hasn't changed. But other than that, like, let's talk. Like, you can talk to me about anything but why we're here.
Okay. Okay. Let's just be friends, okay?
Yeah, that's what I want. I don't want anything else.
I don't know where my mind just went.
Shut up! We're sick of it.
That's right.
I didn't say a damn word.
See? That's what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Hardy's hot as hell.
He should be on the new version of the Incredible Hulk.
He's fallen from, you know, the Greek gods.
Okay, okay. Here it is, Nicole. Okay.
Okay.
Because Hardy's not my type. Okay. But get this. It's like, imagine yourself. You are stranded on an island with no food, except, what's a blasé food to you? Just blasé, a blasé vegetable, whatever.
I don't know, zucchini.
Okay, a zucchini. The only thing that's on that island is zucchini, okay? So the first day you go without eating, you don't even think about the zucchini. But everywhere you look, there's zucchini, okay? But you don't really like zucchini, and guess what? Even if you did like zucchini, you can't eat the zucchini, okay? Second day, no food. Third day. After about, 2 or 3 weeks of eating nothing, that zucchini is looking pretty damn good, don't you think? Then, every once in a while, that zucchini touches you. And guess what? You can't touch that zucchini that's touching you. Driving me crazy.
Yeah, but you know, thankfully it doesn't work that way for me.
Oh yeah, you're touching the zucchini.
Yeah, oh, yeah, but...
You're just not eating the zucchini. And then,
let me tell you,
I mean,
baby, I'm hungry like the wolf, okay? Trust me. I mean, really. I can
I'm serious. I don't really care for zucchini, but after 3 or 4 weeks, you know, zucchini's better than nothing.
Which house guest would you like to see receive a 3-minute phone call from home?
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Congratulations,
dude. Oh my.
You got to go to the diary room right now. They're on the phone. They're on the phone right now, man.
I can't put a price on the phone call that I got to make from my family. After everything that's happening in here and like all the pressure and the stress, it's just like a complete breath of fresh air. Hello?
Hello, Hardy.
Hey, Grandma, how are you?
Oh, my goodness.
I love you. Oh, man, I miss you guys so much. You don't even know.
Oh, boy.
How are you?
I'm fine, Hardy.
Yeah?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm hanging in there.
Oh, you sound great.
Thank you.
You sound great.
It's good to hear your voice.
Oh, boy, you're so popular in our town, you wouldn't believe it.
Oh, really?
You better believe it. We're doing a lot of things for you. We have a fundraiser in memory of your mother.
Great.
And, oh, my.
How's Brady doing?
Brady's doing fine, too.
How's your health? You feeling good?
Yeah, my health's doing fine. You know me.
I imagine this is pretty exciting stuff.
Yes, it is, Hardy. Boy, I hope we get to see you pretty quick.
Well, I hope you don't get to see me for another month or so, but don't think that the wrong way. I just want to stay in here to win.
Oh, I know. You're doing fine. You're handling yourself quite well.
I love you, Grandma.
Love you too, Hardy.
I miss you so much. You don't even know.
I know I miss you. How about a kiss?
And a big hug.
And hug yourself like you always tell me to do.
All right, Grandma, I love you.
I love you very much, Hardy.
Man.
Congratulations. How's Grandma?
Good. The most important part was that my grandmother was in good health, and she's a strong woman.
What'd she say?
She's like, man, well, she loves me.
I'm about to cry. Come up
and first of all, to hear her voice, was just like, oh my God, I was just like starting pin up. I'm like, oh God. I mean, you could hear it in her voice. I mean, she was just like, yeah, she was really excited and proud of me, and that just really, more than anything, that's what made me the happiest, to know that how I'm being seen is making them proud of me.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Here's my contention, but don't be mad at me. I mean, we're more than happy to clean the toilet when we get an opportunity to or what have you. But for you to, like, every 2 days clean the toilet and then to, like, react on us and be in a bad mood and be like, no one cleans up after themselves, no one cleans the toilet, that's like, I don't know, I just don't think that that's right, that we should be made to feel bad because you want to clean the toilet at a level that's, like, more clean than what we normally do.
I understand that. When I'm in a bad mood, I may be in a bad mood for any reason, just like when you get in a bad mood, or you do, or anybody here does.
I've been PMSing a lot more frequently than I normally do. Normally it's like every 3 months. Now it's like every 3 hours.
Okay, right. So everybody in here has gotten pissy, okay? So when I'm pissy, and somebody
Well, yes, I clean, okay? But, and then
okay,
somebody
that
gets in my face.
that explains a lot.
Can I please finish?
Go ahead.
Thank you. And when somebody gets in my face, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Well, yeah, I'm going to say I'm a little pissed off. Nobody cleans up after themselves. I'm doing the floor, I'm doing the toilet, I'm going to do whatever because I'm pissy, just like when you have a Hardy explosion.
I think Kent thinks that he's in control now, and basically I kind of took it as a threat.
But if you tell us you don't want to be a part of top, you don't want to be a part of any kind of rights, then one of us will have a household, then you're a target.
Yeah, but I don't want you to get the impression that because that, that GOP or whatever, that there aren't other groups of people.
If you tell this group of people, I don't want to have anything to do with even that, I can't tell you what's going to happen when the 4 of us or 5 of us sit down, 4 of us sit down and vote a majority.
So what you're saying is that if I don't sit down and discuss with you guys how I'm going to vote, then I'm going to be a target.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying, if we sit down and we're head of household, we've got to look at the people that aren't a part of our group, whether it be Crystal, Will, whoever.
Yeah, but you already know where I stand on that issue.
I know where you stand on that. Exactly.
So what's there to discuss until 2 or 3 weeks from now?
Let's just say, everybody just chill out.
We need to be the last 3, okay? Enough said. Thank you.
What? Who do you mean? He goes, you, me, and Bunky in the end.
He really said that to you, that really this was
Why would I lie to you?
Well, he told me that you see it being him, you, and Bunky.
That's what he told me. Did he tell you this in confidence?
Mm-hmm.
So I can't confront him?
Oh,
okay.
No. Either I caught him in a lie or I caught Hardy in a lie. Somebody's lying.
You went and told him that I told you that. He's not going to tell me anything anymore.
He wasn't going to tell you anything anyway, period, anymore, done.
I think this is a strong core 3 here, you know what I mean?
I would say.
I would say so.
I like you, Will. Yes, we've made a deal with the devil.
According to the CBS.com Big Brother website, of the house guests remaining, Hardy is the most liked by internet fans. Will is one of the most disliked. A week ago, the two were bitter enemies, but in the past 48 hours, their relationship has taken a sudden turn.
For now, I've got a goal.
Right.
Is to get those out of my house.
Now I have a goal in this house, and my goal is to eliminate Hardy in a painful way, not in a pleasant way, in an embarrassing way. I'm definitely going to avenge Shannon's eviction. I think the world is Shannon, that's no secret.
We'll see you soon.
I could do it in the short term, but then my time after that would be very limited. So joining with Nicole and Hardy is a win-win for me.
Understood. I still have my opinions about Will, and I'm sure he has his opinions about me. And
we're not buddy-buddy, you know?
I totally understand. I have certain morals and values that I think that he lacks in certain circumstances. I have an inability to be overtly mean.
They bring him in the ER, and we're so cruel. Like, there's no sympathy. I sew up their face, take some x-rays of the head. If they're fine, I'm like, take them out, boys. But we do have, I think, some level of respect and understanding toward each other.
That's basically it.
That's ridiculous. We are insane.
I think it's kind of strange seeing Hardy being pals with Will and Hardy basically kissing Will's butt.
Yeah, you're ripped. So I check myself out when I'm doing the dishes also a little bit. We're definitely different, but we do have some common ground, some commonality as well.
Hardy and I are both pretty boys. I shaved my body hair.
Yeah, it's working. I did not do a good job at all.
Hardy does all those things. We both like personal aesthetics.
Dude, what about that?
The one thing we have in common is probably an appreciation for beautiful women.
You can do it. You can do it.
Although I don't agree with his taste, particularly one Shannon. I thought she was rhymes with itch. The bottom line is if I have to stay in here, I would at least like to have at least one other person that I can, spend time with and actually enjoy.
I guess Hardy's strategy is, well, I guess I'll make friends with Will.
Whatever works for you, Will.
But I just don't trust Will.
Mike, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Paroled! Matt Bonner.
He started this whole Chilltown thing. He did some things that I thought were inappropriate and inexcusable.
Cubes. The answer is Mike at 6 feet. Hardy, congratulations. You are the new head of household once again.
Good job, baby.
Thank you.
Enjoy your private room for the second time. You can get your key back from Kent.
Thank you.
Damn, it's hard to be so good.
I ended up getting
the head of the household for the second time, and the more that it goes on, my understanding of people is so much more clear, I think. Because of things that transpired in the past week and within the past 4 hours, literally. You know, I definitely have different perceptions, and I've lost respect for some people and gained a hell of a lot of respect for other people.
And that was only 7 of us.
Yeah.
I said it before, I'll say it again. The plot thickens.
As soon as I went back into the room, I was kind of in a goofy, giddy mood, and there was a fuzzy white like rug, like a throw rug, like at the foot of the bed, and I looked down and I stepped on with my bare feet and I said, "Hello, fuzzy carpet, my how I've missed you." So it's kind of nice to be back in the room again. Ken's actions in the household this past week were unacceptable to almost everybody.
If you tell us you don't want to be a part of Pop, you don't want to be a part of any kind of life, then with one of us living in a household, then you're a target.
You know, he did things and said things to pretty much everybody this past week and tried to do things and form alliances with too many people and basically burn his bridges around him.
That's Kent, Hardy. You're talking to Bunky.
Yeah, but whatever I say to you could go to him.
Why didn't you tell me that? How is it fair to say that I'm attached to the hip with Kent when I'm talking to everybody and I'm trying to be friends with everybody?
Just because I don't tell you stuff doesn't mean I'm not your friend. I know it was said by you about me. That's all I know.
What?
That I was trying to run a game that it was going to be me, Krista, and Nicole in the end because I think listen to me, because I think that it's going to be me in the end that's going to be chosen. Well, don't forget, Bunky, that America doesn't vote unless it's a tie, okay?
I know.
The people that were thrown out of here, that were evicted, they're the ones that vote. And I know I don't have a whole lot of friends there, so it's just tough, you know that.
I know that.
Everyone's got to remember that, like, in order for anyone here to win, everyone else has to lose. Everyone's got to go. Everybody. And to do that, like, you gotta, you know, look what Mike and Will and Shannon, look at them. They did what they thought. They needed whatever to shoot their mouth off, do whatever it takes, use people, whatever. I'm not that kind of person.
I know.
But in order to win, I gotta almost be that.
No, I don't think you do at this point.
I try to be like cool with everybody, seriously.
I know.
Now at this point, I'm just like trying to enjoy people, and if anything, that makes this even that much more difficult because you do like the people.
Who is it really important in here that knows who you are and appreciates you as a human and as a friend?
Good call. Good card.
Well, then that's all you need to worry about. I'm not going to change my opinion of you.
Luckily, I have Nicole, who always has words of wisdom for me. She just kind of helped bring me out of a funk, a mental funk that I was in, and kind of bring me a little bit of clarity. Oh, you're such a good kid.
Having Hardy in here with me it's a godsend. It's a wonderful relationship, and we're going to be really good friends for forever, I think. He's an awesome, awesome man.
I brought my toothbrush into the head of the household because now that's my room, and because I don't want to have a replay of the Shannon incident with my toothbrush being used to clean the toilet. All right, guys. This, as you probably all know, wasn't an easy thing for me to do, especially with you, Kent, because I have a great amount of respect and admiration for you. Some of the best, most enjoyable moments that I've had in this household are moments that I spent with you. Unfortunately, this past week, some things had transpired, and you know, I began to doubt some things about you, and I felt a little bit of pressure from you as to pick a side, what have you, when I didn't want to get involved in that. But again, I sincerely admire you as a person, and I do respect you, and I hope you understand that I feel that this nomination wasn't easy for me. And Will, sorry. Will, you're the last You're the last remaining factor of Chilltown, and I made it no secret 2 weeks ago that I wanted everyone that I felt did people wrong from Chilltown to be evicted from the house. I have changed my opinion of you a lot because I got to spend more time with you, what have you. So if you guys want to say anything.
With me. Would you just please let me finish?
Here's the deal. If Top still stands together, if you'd rather see the four of us decide how this game is going to end as opposed to Will, and Will's been real good the last day or two, but it doesn't do anything to negate what he did the first of this game, which was a lot of evil things, and I can't believe Hardy Hill's now his best friend. But you're playing strategy, and I understand the strategy. I understand strategy. But everybody in this room, if you want to win this game, there's a man you got to worry about. He's the biggest threat in this game because he's the most competitive. He's good looking, always had his way. He's smart. There's the guy right there you need to get rid of. Now, if you decide to ask him to leave and I stay, the four of us, and you want to try to make our stand, the four of us as top, where we decide who's going out of this game, and we can do it in the middle of the basketball court and not sneak around in the corners. We can all talk about it and make it majority rules like it was before, okay? Then when this head of household that this man cannot compete in, it's your last chance to get rid of this man. He can't compete. Only Krista is the one the four of us got to worry about. It's 4-1. And I'll tell you what, any of us four, win head of household, we can make him go home. We have just gotten rid of the biggest threat in this game. If Krista wins, she's going to nominate me, and I'll go gladly. But you got rid of Will, then you got rid of me. Then you guys are on your own. Either way, I think you got a hell of a lot better chance of staying in this game with the four of us standing as we have stood before. Now, I understand what Hardy's doing, and Hardy has a right to do that. I have no problem with his strategy.
You have no idea what I'm doing, all right, pal? Let me ask you a question.
Think I don't see
You
all
talk,
this?
now it's my turn to talk.
No, you don't talk to me unless I want to talk to you.
No, I'll talk to you right now.
Yeah, no, you won't.
What did you...
I don't have to listen to any of your shit. You lied.
Was it
You're
true?
a liar.
Did you ask
You're
me?
a liar.
Did you ask me out here if I wanted to be you and Bunky
No, I
at the
did
final
not.
three?
No, I did not.
You're a liar.
You're a liar.
You're lying through your teeth, and you make an ass out of yourself.
And you didn't sit right there and ask me who I thought the three ought to be.
I'm not even going to go there, man.
You're lying. You're lying about me, and you're lying to me. All right, I tell you what. Why don't you tell everybody who's going to be standing beside you when this game's up? Who's number 2, Hardy? Tell everybody. You promised everybody in the room that they're going to be standing next to you. Now tell them. Bust him up, ladies. Let's go.
Raise your hand if I promised that I wanted you to be in the final
Why don't you
three.
tell them who's going to be standing next to you?
I'm asking them to raise their hands. Who did I tell that I
You
wanted
didn't even
to
have the
decide?
gall to tell Monica that you said she doesn't do anything. That's why she doesn't deserve to win.
Bunky, what did I tell you? I said I'm not necessarily playing to win. I'm playing so that other people can win, and that people like you do not win.
Oh, Hardy, you're not planning to win.
Oh, I wanted
you
to thank
expect
you.
people to believe that?
I wanted to thank you for going out with the grace and style that you promised us. A lot of class you have. Anyway. So, believe what you want to believe. You know, believe somebody that is on his way out, that is trying to say anything to stir up the pot to try to stay in this game. Or you can believe me, who has gone to each one of you and told you exactly how I feel. I'm not here to win. I want there's other people that I think deserve to win more than I do.
Part about it is when Kent tried to tell you that Hardy and Krista are in cahoots, he was right. They have a group, and she is positive that Hardy would not vote her or Monica out, even ahead of you.
He's going straight to hell if he's been lying. It's you and Monica are the top 3.
You don't think I was going to let that happen?
She was smart the way that she did me. Real smart. That makes me mad.
Hardy all along has claimed to be, you know, this nice guy. Well, clearly he's not that. He can't be trusted. That's my role. Well, you expect me just to be like, okay, I figured this out, and now I'm going to leave number 5, no problem?
You get hit a household Thursday.
Okay.
Who you putting up?
I don't know. Tell me what to do.
You're not thinking. What did you promise Shannon?
That how you get rid of Hardy? Oh, you brilliant little bitch. My role at this time is to eliminate Hardy, jump into that alliance with Krista and Monica, and try not to get Nicole mad at me for eliminating Hardy. What's happening with Bunky, I have no idea. What is your goal?
To get out Krista and Monica and Hardy. I think that it's smarter to get Krista out first because Monica won't get...
You don't think Monica and Bunky's got your back?
I know Monica doesn't have my back.
I just appreciate it if you really wouldn't bring it to light.
Well, I appreciate you being honest.
Y'all know damn well that I've not broke y'all trust, and I will not break y'all trust. This is how it's gonna go down. Me and Monica get on a 3. You cut Monica. You just keep acting like you're acting. Exactly. And I'm gonna keep acting stupid. And naive.
Krista thinks she's gonna be America's sweetheart. Give me a break. Cussing like a sailor and lying to everybody. She hates me because I figured her shit out first.
Good thing is, America's seeing it all. You know?
One of Big Brother's most popular house guests with internet fans is also one of the most powerful in the house. Hardy has reigned twice as head of household while never being nominated for eviction. Hardy quickly won over the women in the Big Brother house. But on the outside, the bouncer from Miami Beach won the affection of Lindsay, the woman he was dating before he entered the house. Lindsay gives us some insight into the man behind the muscles.
There's so much more to Hardy than just his great body and his beautiful face.
The first impression of a lot of people was that Hardy was a snob.
I thought he was stupid.
Stupid? Hardy and I met. I was walking my white lab. He was looking at me, and I kind of turned around and looked at him.
And I walked into the smoothie shop, and I walked back out and was checking her out some more.
He asked me if I wanted a smoothie.
I didn't hear from her for like 2 weeks.
I made him wait a week to call him before I called him back.
She goes, "Are you married?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not married."
Well,
she goes, "Why?" I'm like, "I don't know."
I've never met anyone that has the morals and the values that he has.
God, you look just like your mother. She's gorgeous.
Oh my God, yes you do.
His mother passed away and had a heart attack when he was younger. So his grandparents raised them. The way he was raised, I think, really has affected who he is. He's a sweetheart, and I miss him so much. His Thai boxing is very important to him. In a sense, I think it's a great release.
Come on!
I think a lot of the temper and that you've seen come out of Hardy is out of frustration.
His vacuum sucks! Your vacuum cleaner completely sucks. Vacuum sucks.
The way that people were treating him, especially Shannon, really pissed me off. I'd love to have a few words with that little girl.
She's hot, huh? Very cool, too. Picture Michelle Pfeiffer
And what's her name?
and
Combined.
Angelina Jolie and merge them together. You're a pretty girl. I'm sorry. First of all, she likes me.
Who doesn't? I think it's fabulous that all these girls love him.
Look at that. How beautiful can a person be?
Well, have been some scenes that have made me feel uncomfortable, yeah. I mean, Autumn jumping in his bed was kind of a shock.
Come on, seriously.
Hardy rolling around in bed with Krista wasn't exactly what I wanted to see on a Thursday night, but it makes me nervous. But you know what? If he and I are meant to be, then I have no reason to be.
She probably got a new boyfriend while you in here.
Shut up.
Mike Boogie's her boyfriend. Mike Boogie's her boyfriend.
Hardy being the most popular house guest in the show does not surprise me one bit. I know Hardy. Now America knows Hardy, and they love him. I wonder what's not to love.
Hi, Hardy.
Hello.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, hi, how are you doing?
Great, great. I know you know the drill, but I just want to remind you that the other house guests cannot hear our conversations, and you can speak candidly, okay?
Thank you, Julie.
What's been the most difficult part of being head of household this week?
Well, as you know, nominations were very difficult for me because Kent and I had what I would classify as a friendship earlier on, and unfortunately, some things had came to pass when he was the head of household, and basically our patterns of thought had differed. We kind of took different paths, and you know that's okay. But it was still very difficult for me to nominate him. Because, you know, of the relationship that we had had, the friendship, the times that we had shared. I think he's a great man. I do respect him, and I think he was very gracious in the words that he spoke this evening. And I'm not that, I don't really differ in his opinion, honestly. Unfortunately, I think he might have been referring to me, but, you know, that's his mindset now.
Well, you promised to take Chilltown down. Will is the last remaining member of Chilltown, yet you've been pushing for Kent's eviction this week. Why?
I wouldn't necessarily say that I was pushing for Kent's eviction. I think Kent kind of put himself in that position because of his actions and words and how he carried himself the past week and a half to 2 weeks, especially during his duration as the head of the household. He had done and said some things that really put some people off, And there's really no one responsible for where Kent is right now than Kent.
Okay. At this moment, do you trust anyone in the house? If so, whom and why?
Well, the people that I do trust, or the individuals that I do trust, certainly know who they are. And
names. I want names.
Well, obviously, I have a very strong relationship with Nicole. She's really like a sister to me. She's helped me in many different situations, especially very difficult moments for me emotionally, because it is so stressful in here, and you really can't put a finger on it unless you're experiencing it firsthand. But you can sympathize, but unless you're here, you really can't empathize.
Okay. Well, thank you, Hardy.
Thank you, Julie.
And you can rejoin your housemates.
Thank you very much. Have a good night. Oh, and hi, Kevin. By the way, thank you.
Kent, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Let me tell you this, now that we're being very honest. Krista said, what are you going to do if you win hit a household? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I really don't know. I don't know. Tell me what to do.
You're thinking. What did you promise Shannon?
That I'll get rid of Hardy. And I'm like, you know, nominate Hardy, and she's like, do what Shannon wanted you to do. And she just left it at that, you know? So she's lying to everybody too, you know?
I don't know. But at least, you know what? At least before all this started happening, I was honest up front. That's all I can say. So I have more of a clear conscience than I probably deserve to have.
All right, what happened?
She's been playing me. It's ever since, you know what? At least I was honest and up front with them. I said, look, my loyalty with Nicole is paramount. You know, you guys can do with it what you will. At least I was up front about it. I didn't bullshit and lie. You know what I mean?
Right.
Krista's bullshitting everybody, going around stabbing everyone in the back, whatever. And I, of all people, I'm the one that told her that I want her to be one of the winners.
Once, if it came down to us four, I was going to try to stab them in the back.
You're getting a total story because I got a total story from Hardy that it was me, Monica, Herman, Nicole, and the last, is what was told to me.
Okay, well then they're obvious. I mean, they're playing everybody, but what am I supposed to do?
So basically, the two people that I think that I trusted are liars, is what they're putting to me. Well, everybody wasn't lying from the beginning because I trusted them.
Hey, look, you knew that I was gonna try to do what I can to help you until in the last 48 hours. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going through all this crap for anyone but me.
Everybody was in there yelling, having a screaming match, which I didn't expect to happen, especially right as I'm going to do the nomination ritual.
But
So
you're
what's the problem? What's the
you're
question?
supposedly her rock.
What's this have to do with you?
There's a lot to do with me.
Yeah, and what do you want me to tell you?
Hardy,
I don't know
are
what
you
you want me to
missing
say
the
to
whole
you.
concept?
What's your point? Did you want me to tell you how I'm going to vote?
No.
What's the
what
point?
I'm saying is, me and Nicole had a conversation. The conversation was, you know, this and this and this, and
Well, no, wait.
she feels
What's
threatened.
this and this and this?
She feels.
I don't know what that means.
I pretty much sat back and watched. Occasionally, I would pick my feet or look off into the sky to draw attention away from myself, and it seemed to work out really well.
I'm not cool with the lying and running around and don't tell anybody, and that's fine, okay? There's little things.
You were the one that perpetuated it with the UT thing.
UT, that's basically just staying out of all. You act like you plotted against somebody. Did we? No.
No, we never.
The UT thing.
Untouchables basically just stay out of all the mix, and we did that.
Hardy, the whole untouchables thing, you know, you came to and woke me up and told me about, was very, very, very angry at you. Very mad. Yesterday, he tried to explain to me why I should have never had anything to worry about, which I don't care what he says. I did. He was telling me a distruth, or, I mean, he was lying to me. Let me tell you the entire story before you
Jeez,
start.
this is like a mystery now all of a sudden.
Yeah. So anyway, Will went to Krista. She told him everything about you and Monica and her, and how it was ever since day 3 you guys had this set up.
No.
And okay, well, just listen.
Go ahead.
So Will was freaking out. He was like, got to tell this to Nicole, and I've got to get her to be my ally, otherwise I'm out.
So you told him what I said?
Yeah, because...
So anything I say, you say to him?
No, because all I knew was that you were in an alliance that I didn't know about, and I was very pissed off.
She just wanted to convey to me that she was really hurt by the fact that I didn't tell her about that a long time ago. When in reality, in my mind, it didn't really matter if I told her or not.
My alliance is to you 100%, and you know 100% that I want
you number one and her number two.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
It was shocking to me. You have to understand all that
I can
information.
imagine. I can imagine. I can imagine.
It's imperative that me and you'd have an out of household back to back for the next 3 weeks.
I think Monica's really fantastic. I admire her greatly. I think she's very strong-minded, very strong-willed. As everyone knows, Krista and I have a special relationship also. I'd freaking kill for this chick, you know what I mean? If some, you know, I would want to help her in any way I can. But at the same point in time, I still can't forget the fact that so much has transpired. You know, I'm a player, I'm very competitive, and I have to do what I need to do.
Hi, Hardy.
Hi, Julie, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm not real happy right now, but...
Tough decision? Your mind is made up?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you to please cast your vote to evict now.
I vote to evict Krista.
Krista, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Hey, Krista, it's Hardy. If you're seeing this, that means that you have been evicted from the house. And I just want to let you know I'm proud of you. And never give up on your dreams. And never settle for anything less than the absolute best that you know you're capable of.
No matter how nice he's been, he's chilled out. And the thing that bothers me the most is that he's already said he'd lie, cheat, steal, whatever he needs to do.
He's doing and saying
Oh, I'm gonna tell you something.
and lying and deceiving.
And guess what? There's some people who fell for it. So.
Oh, and I'm sure if I went HOH, I'm putting him and Monica up, and I want him to leave.
I concur. I think the person who is most concerned with, you know, the money and most concerned with winning is Hardy. You know, I consider myself the most egotistical, self-centered person I had ever met in my entire life, and he has topped me. You know, I'm as bad as I think I am realizing that there's worse people in the house than me, which is shocking.
Now, Hardy, are you willing to take $2,500 to have you and the entire house eat peanut butter and jelly for 5 days?
Absolutely not.
$5,000
No.
for only 4 days.
No. I'm certainly not going to be selling myself and anyone else out, so.
$7,500 to eat peanut butter and jelly for 3 straight days.
I need the money.
God!
We've tripled the original offer. We've knocked down 2 days.
I can do that.
Okay. Thank you, Hardy. You can go back to your room and wait for further instructions.
Sugar. During the meeting, I let people know my displeasure with the fact of having to eat peanut butter and jelly. My life's been hell, period. But it's been made hell because I'm eating peanut butter and jelly.
I guarantee you I won't do it.
But and I apologize profusely, but I will make somebody's life hell if I have to go through this again.
You're preaching to the choir. You're preaching to the choir.
I just said I apologize, but now I know what it's about.
But what you said you're gonna make the person's life hell?
Absolutely.
Have anybody here made your life hell?
No. I'm just saying, I apologize to everyone. I'm just saying, like, whatever.
I'm not gonna threaten anybody.
I'm not threatening.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
just stating facts.
He threatened us with if he had to eat PB&J again, that we would have hell to pay. And I took that very personal because nobody has given Hardy any flack the way everybody's been giving Bunky flack. Nobody threatened you, so how dare you threaten me?
I mean, if they come back, do the same thing, and offer us, say, all right, we're starting with $10,000 this week, what are you going to do?
No.
Oh, and they go up to $15,000? You're going to say no? Exactly.
I think Hardy was just angry that he was going hungry or going without his protein so that Bunky could win $5,000 instead of Hardy winning $7,500. We all have a price. Who wants toast?
Hardy completed the course in 2 minutes and 7 seconds, leaving Hardy is the new head of household. Congratulations, Hardy.
Only 2 more, Hardy. Only 2 more. You.
I'm elated. I mean, we are so on track. Now I just have to make sure that I win HOH next week and hold up my end of the bargain.
Oh, Hardy, you broke my streak, man.
What?
I won 3 in a row.
I almost won 4 in a row.
I'm sorry to bring it to an end. I'm sorry to bring it all to an end, Bunky.
Don't say that! So I just tell myself that, for whatever reason, it just wasn't meant to be. And I've said it before, I feel like Mighty Mouse going up against Superman. Hardy is Superman.
Being the head of household obviously has many different aspects to it. One of the greatest aspects is that you get your own room with maid service and laundry service. You get your own refrigerator stocked full of goodies. The downside of it is obviously being presented with the prospect of having to nominate people, and especially at this level, there's only 1 month left in the game, only 4 weeks.
Shannon, I nominated you, and Will, I nominated you. Nothing really personal.
When I first had a household that I won, I had nominated Will and Shannon. Afterwards, Shannon felt that it was a personal attack.
Wow, that was probably about the cowardest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Throughout the week, she had done things, for example, like taking my toothbrush and cleaning the toilet with it. She decided that, you know, she was going to be difficult and make it hard on me, and she did a pretty good job. The second nomination, I had nominated Kent and Will, and it was difficult for me because I do like Kent. I didn't like his actions at the time.
No, you don't talk to me unless I want to talk to you.
No, I'll talk to you right now.
Yeah, no, you won't.
What did you?
I don't have to listen to any of your shit.
Was
You lie.
Was it
You're
true?
a liar.
Did you ask
You're
me?
a liar.
It's one of the most difficult decisions, absolutely. It's because there are 5 people left, and more importantly, it's because there's 5 people that I enjoy being around.
I didn't do chest on Friday.
Was that a problem?
Think how long it's been since I've done chest.
You can't do push-ups?
I'm just saying, look how long. The problem is I went so long without. I'm here. Look how long I went without doing.
Trained dog.
Hey, fellas, can we pick bards? We're getting 4 each. As far as I can tell, Hardy's turning to the dark side. He dyed his hair black, he's got these bags under his eyes, and now he's smoking cigarettes. I'm desperate for protein. I don't have anything to work with.
Let me deal with him, and then I'll.
No. Deal with me now.
Some people are turning a little more good. Some people are turning a little more evil.
It's a very, very sensitive time in the Big Brother house, I might add. Very, very sensitive time in the Big Brother house. I don't think I need to insinuate what I mean.
Why don't you just say it?
I don't have to say it. I would like to give you this strawberry cheesecake protein bar for 2 cigarettes.
So
will you accept the deal or not?
So I'm going to be surprised tomorrow if
Probably
I'm nominated.
Won't be, but strawberry cheesecake.
Probably won't be surprised if I'm nominated. No.
As soon as Hardy won HOH, that night, Will really turned on the charm, and he really started amusing Hardy. And I mean to tell you, that night, Hardy laughed harder than I've ever seen him laugh.
I swear to God, man, stop, because you're making me hurt. My stomach actually hurts now. I basically have a power of 2 with Nicole, and we've discussed everything, and we kind of ration everything out, rationalize everything, and make sure that it's clear in our heads how we want to go.
I definitely think when you talk to Will, I think if for some ungodly reason, which I can't even fathom, I don't win HOH, I mean, obviously it would be him that would win it. I really think that, you know, when you make the deal with him.
And if you give me your word that if you win HOH, you won't nominate both Nicole and I, we'll keep you here for another week.
All right.
Or we'll keep you here, whatever.
I promised Hardy and Nicole that I wouldn't nominate them both. I clearly would nominate them both. I would stab them both in the back and leave them to bleed, you know, on the kitchen floor, and I wouldn't even clean it up. And if I did, I'd use a dirty towel and leave it on the bathroom.
Okay, guys. I'm not going to get all weird on this one. I'm pretty calm and complacent. Will, I nominated you because not nominating you would be like Christmas without presents. And
kind of like cornflakes without the milk.
Exactly. I think you're a great guy, man. I really had a fantastic time getting to know you this past several weeks, and I've definitely found a lot of commonality between you and I. But again, you know, you're a risk and a potential person who could end this game in a way other than the way I foresee it. So that's why I've nominated you.
I understand.
Yet again. Okay. And Bunky, my boy. You, my man, have had a phenomenal week and a half. More so than anyone else. You have come leaps and bounds farther than anyone in my mind. You've impressed me with what you've done with yourself the past 8-9 weeks. I look up to you. I admire you. I find inspiration in you. And unfortunately, your phenomenal week and a half has also made you stick out like a sore thumb as the most obvious threat to ending the game how I foresee it. And this doesn't change the way, damn suntan lotions, this doesn't change the way that I feel about you as a person. I consider you my friend, but again, you know, it was very hard for me. I had to remove my emotions from the equation and just take the most obvious threats, and you're definitely one of them. So I hope you understand.
Yep.
Okay? All right. Oh, hell. Okay.
He has no power. He has no anything, you know? He's just a scared little boy with this freaky black hair and this puffed up chest.
The Hardy Tower will crumble eventually. I want to be around for that because it will crumble.
Hardy has bullied around a lot of people, so I can just say to myself, well, I do get to come back and have the final say with my vote.
Yeah.
He's not going to, no. Even if he's the last two, he's not going to.
Well, yeah, that is true. I mean,
that will be our last final say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He may evict us, but we'll have the final say. But you did cry more for Kent, he's right.
I wasn't crying for Kent, I was crying for Will.
Thank you.
Okay, so you cried more for Will than you cried for me. But you still have a week to cry. So anytime you are crying, make sure
Just let it go, man.
I've never really felt a lot of love for Hardy. Hardy's very high maintenance. Hardy's always been short-tempered.
Do you think that he has ever had...
Right.
Okay, I'll be totally honest. No, I don't think you've ever had sex with a guy, but I think that you've thought about it, and I think that you, I would guess that you have found occasionally guys attractive, but you won't allow yourself to explore that, and I think that you're bisexual. I also think that both of you guys, which I think is funny, is that you fulfill some gay stereotypes, and that's the whole thing. They're just stereotypes. It doesn't make you gay or whatever, but, you know, like, I did my first facial last week, and I'm the gay guy, and you guys are doing facials, you know what I'm saying?
That's simply skincare, my man.
Right? I mean,
let's not confuse grooming with sexuality.
You've impacted a lot of people's lives, including my own.
Thank you.
In a positive way.
Really warms my heart.
Of course, we have our moments.
Marky, what are you doing, sir?
What do you think I'm doing? I'm doing my...
Eat?
No, I want to do my sit-ups first.
You want me to make you breakfast?
Yeah.
Bunky.
What?
Why are you so snappy with me? What did I do?
Nothing.
What's the matter, Bunky? I don't understand what you're doing fish.
Because, you big closet case.
Let me tell you something. They are controlling it up in here, and that pisses me off.
Will you just put that out up there?
They are running this house like they live here.
I'd like to have a cigarette.
You told me not to give you any more cigarettes. Do you realize how much you go back on what you say to me?
There's nowhere to go back to. You're out of cigarettes.
You could go back on the nominations. I could possibly tell a lie just to stay in the house this week. What did we agree when you sat on my bed when you were drunk?
We're gonna get Will.
Will wants Hardy out, but if they keep me, I want Hardy out too.
They told me they're going to give me this to keep me quiet.
Huh?
You just need to sit near the red chair.
The red chairs are for the two nominees. You want me to sit there? He said it 3 times. Get in the chair.
Why?
Because.
That told me a lot.
I'm trying to take that as a sign, as Hardy, in his mind, is already thinking that Will was already gone.
What the hell is wrong with me?
I don't know.
Number one, if I win head of household next week, I promise you, I will put you up and Monica up, and Nicole will vote Monica out.
Then you could throw one of us off.
And you don't think that that's a possibility for Monica or for Will?
He's not gonna win.
Think about that.
Well, I'm not saying to change, but I just want you to think about it. And Will's smarter. I mean, it's just something to think about.
Some village is missing their idiot if they think that I'm not going to stab him in the back. You know, Hardy's got 2 faces and they can flip like that.
Look, I swear on my soul, and I'm not kidding, I want it to be you and Krista standing there 1 and 2. For me to even consider pressing on for anyone other than myself would be completely ludicrous. So the more and more I get to know her, the less I appreciate her. You know, I think, like I told you, if she would win $500,000, I'd be afraid what would happen to her.
He told me that he was going to send Krista and Nicole into the finals, and then he was going to step away and let them win and be a good guy. And then all of a sudden, he evicted Krista.
He's the main person who said that this game will make you do things you don't want to do.
I know Hardy. I respect him. He's a great guy. He's a very down-to-earth guy. He's my brother in arms. I mean, whatever you want to call him.
We're basically becoming what they are.
Are we?
I think so.
Why?
Because we're being evil and manipulative.
If I could blink my eyes and send one person out of this house, it'd be Hardy. He's a bully.
Bunky! Hurry up.
Now, do you hear how you tell me what to do? You don't ask me?
Hardy has a temper, and Hardy can bark at you very quickly.
Somebody's heading right now. God, I hope they give me a heavy bag. Give me a heavy bag!
Yes, the bad guys wear the black hats. I think the black hair is very appropriate for Hardy.
Was it symbolic when he darkened his hair? You know, he really is getting more evil.
Hardy is sitting alone in his private room on his last night as head of household. Let's talk with him. Hi, Hardy. It's deja vu all over again. How you doing tonight?
Yeah.
Hardy? Okay, we're having some technical problems. Hardy, this is Julie. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hey, good evening, Julie. How are you?
Okay, sorry, we were having some technical problems.
Oh.
But now you can hear me, great.
Yes.
Now, I know you already know this, but I need to remind you that the other house guests cannot hear our conversation, so you can speak freely, okay?
Understood.
Any regrets about nominating Bunky and Will?
No, not really. I basically had to take the emotion out of the equation and pretty much nominate the people that I felt were the largest threats to how I foresee the game ending, and I think I've addressed that.
Okay. You and Nicole are obviously tight allies. Now, the two of you agree that she needs to win tonight's head of household competition to keep you both in the game. So what happens if she doesn't win tonight?
Well, it's a very interesting question, Julie. I really don't have an answer for you. I haven't really given that a whole lot of thought. I like to think positively and hope that there's only one outcome that's possible. And I know there's more than one outcome possible, but there's only one outcome that I'm foreseeing. So it's victory, hopefully.
Well, as you know, if there is a tie tonight, you will be forced to cast the deciding eviction vote. And you'll have to do it in front of everyone. Will that influence how you vote?
Not necessarily. I've already, for the most part, have made up my mind how I'm going to cast my vote, should it come to that. And I've thought about it for the past week. So I've got a clear decision in mind, and I just hope it goes smoothly. I've already talked with everyone, and they kind of understand my position. They know it's not personal whatsoever. It's simply strategic and what I feel is best for myself and also for Nicole in playing this game.
Thank you, Hardy, and you can rejoin your housemates.
Have a good night.
House guests, for the first time, we have a tie. There is one vote to evict Bunky, one vote to evict Will. Hardy, you know what comes next. As head of household, you will cast the deciding vote. Please cast your vote to evict now.
We've already discussed it, and everyone has the understanding of why. But because of the strategic nature of this game at this point, I choose to evict Bunky. And, you know, I love you, man. It's because it's strategy. I hope you understand that.
I have to cut in here now and make it official. Bunky, you are now evicted from the Big Brother house.
Hey, Bunky, it's me, Hardy. If you're seeing this message, that means I've had to do what I didn't want to do, and that's kick out my big brother. I just want you to know, man, that you've, more than you can imagine, have taught me a lot about myself and how to be a better person. And if you stop working out, I will kick your ass. Just know that I'll miss you, man. And suntan lotion.
Now, I nominated you, Nicole. I nominated you, Hardy. And you are right. This is not a good position to be in. It doesn't feel good. Now, ironically, Will is safe. And Hardy, I'm gonna make a long story short. I nominated you. You are a threat. You're a hard-working person. You want to win, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you are a threat. And plus, both of you are power. You've made it perfectly clear, and I appreciate that. You kind of threw it up in our faces, but it's a game. Don't take it personal. So I have to break the power. Absolutely. You understand? Absolutely. So that's why I nominated.
I have a new best friend in the house. Hello, it's Monica.
Now Hardy and I are up for nomination, and I have to live with not knowing how my husband is, how my life is, how my relationship is, or even if I have one outside of this house.
Just disappointed in myself, really, more than anything else. I should have been a little more intelligent about my decisions, but I screwed up.
You reap what you sow. What you put out, you gotta be able to handle it when it comes back to you, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
It's all right. Will didn't win the competition and post both Nicole and I, but at the same point in time, you know, in the spirit of the agreement, he certainly wasn't to throw the competition.
Yes! Yes!
We were here, dude! You know what you're doing. I'm a computer illiterate.
This luxury competition was huge. Everyone was just really hungry to see what their website looked like.
That before you dyed your hair?
Yeah.
I liked it the other color better.
Honestly, it's still really hard to believe that you know, that that we're on a TV show and people are watching and they're interested in, because it just doesn't seem real. We're in here. We haven't seen anyone other than ourselves except for today. Thank God the Survivor crew came in and saved our sanity a little bit.
I know it's weird, but it's awesome.
But I love you like a brother. You know I do. Hey, I want to stay and play, and if I leave, that's cool too. There you go.
Thanks. See, man, damn. I'm not going to say anything that would make me more likely to stay here, because that would mean that Nicole has to leave. And I don't, you know, want to ruin her chance or anything. Not that there's a likelihood of that happening any way in hell, but I'm just glad to be here, you know? I had a good time. Damn. I had a good time, and I've done some things I shouldn't have done. I said some things I shouldn't have said. But ultimately, I only hold myself responsible for what's happening now, and that's it.
Thank you.
Y'all going home. Thank y'all.
Very good.
Hardy Nicole,
Yes.
the live eviction vote is just minutes away. What you say right now could change Will's mind.
Doubt it.
Mine's a little long. I'm not going to address Will either. First and foremost, I want to thank God for allowing me to experience this amazing opportunity. And I'm not an extremely religious person, but I do believe in the higher power, and I want to thank him for allowing me to be here. I want to wish my father a very happy birthday. Today is his birthday. I'm sorry. Sorry I can't be there with you to celebrate it with you and Kathy. I want to say hello to my stepbrothers and sisters. To my grandmother, Nanny, I love you, and I can't wait to see you. To my brother Brady and his girlfriend Trina, I hope everything's going well with them. To Carrie Bajarski, who has helped me out so much since I've been away. To Lindsay Aversano, the photograph and treats that you have sent me have meant the world to me, more than you know, and I greatly look forward to seeing you again very soon.
All right, enough of the personal shout-outs. Anything you want to say to Will?
No, I mean, you know,
it's
in the context of the game, you know, you got to do what you got to do, and I understand that. That's what I've done since I've gotten here.
Okay, well, thank you, house guests. Hardy and Nicole became fast friends their first few weeks in the house. They bonded early and often sharing strategy and secrets. As the numbers dwindled, the dynamics in the house changed. But one thing has remained the same. Hardy and Nicole have stayed loyal allies, each with one common goal, to be standing next to the other in the end. But with both nominated for eviction, one thing's for sure, that plan is not going to happen.
I'm sorry that I messed it up for us. I love you like a brother. You know I do.
It's the first time that I've ever been nominated for eviction, and unfortunately, I'm put up against Nicole, who is my right hand.
I can't imagine this house without Hardy. I really feel like if Hardy's not here, the house is actually just going to fall like a deck of cards.
The first night, I thought that she gave a really bad first impression.
Who snores? Do you snore, Hardy?
Not that I'm aware of.
Good.
I said
I swear to God, I'll kill somebody.
I thought she was a bitch on wheels.
My first impression of Hardy was eye candy. I was like, you know, dude, come on. You live to live?
Saw you.
One more.
And bang chicks or something, probably, you know?
On the second or third day of our time here in the house, Hardy and Nicole sort of began bonding.
I really appreciate the people that I've been able to get to know, even a little bit in here.
especially you, because you're you're such a really amazing guy.
And I learned his love and respect for people is huge. As the days progressed, I started giving him his deep tissue massages.
Whatever you're grabbing onto, the whole thing needs it.
And we had talks and talks then, of course, when I did that stuff. And we just became very much like a brother and sister.
Don't be saying help me.
Oh my God!
We are the epitome of a brother-sister relationship, you know?
I'm gonna fall. Don't go there.
Sometimes we want to beat the poop out of each other, and other times all we can do is just hug each other and laugh.
Let go. You're cheating. She's cheating.
And we have that trust.
No!
The friendship that Hardy and Nicole have, I think is genuine.
She likes to nurture people.
You know, just like you said yesterday, be able to walk out of here with your head held high.
She likes to do things for others, and she never asks for anything in return. Listen to me. She cleans up after everybody. She cooks for everybody.
She really runs the house. She tells everyone when to cook and clean, and if you don't do what she wants, then she pretty much has Hardy evict you.
We're running this house. I mean, I don't mean to sound conceited, but we're the only power in this house.
As soon as we get comfortable, we'll go wrong.
Hey, I'm not comfortable at all.
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to be comfortable until me and you are sitting in this house by ourselves for a week. Then I'll be comfortable.
That'd be fun.
Nicole and Hardy was once a powerful force in this house.
However, when I rang that little bell, the power was over. They looked at each other in the face and they said, "What have we done? We no longer have any power in this house."
It just really makes me sick that we're just going to get the best of us.
The best of one of us. Not both of us. You can only get one person out.
If they were such good friends, then someone would sacrifice themselves for the other, much in the same way that Shannon sacrificed herself for me, and that hasn't happened. So I question their friendship.
I'm really having a hard time with Hardy and I being split up and one of us having to stay here.
Life in the Big Brother house without Nicole, it's not a very pleasant thought.
I absolutely thought he was going to evict me today. In the last couple hours, he hasn't been able to look at me.
I really did wait to the last minute to make my decision. The simple fact of the matter is Nicole's been annoying me a lot lately. She's been threatening me a lot.
I'm not yelling. This is my speaking voice.
Come on, calm down. Really.
The mood is going to be very intense.
Like I was saying, this was very difficult for me. It was not as easy as you would originally think. I had to factor in a lot of different things. Hardy, you're an amazing competitor. You know, you've won more head of households than anyone else, and I really respect you for that. Unfortunately, I do hold you responsible for the eviction of Shannon. Nicole, it's no secret lately that it's been very difficult for you in the house. And in many ways, I think that if I sent you home to your husband, that would be a blessing. Taking all these things into consideration, and I spent a lot of time doing this. It was very difficult. I finally decided to evict Hardy.
No problem.
I need to cut in here and make it official. Hardy, you are now officially evicted from the Big Brother house.
Freedom! Bring it on. You guys can walk me to the door. Unless you don't want to.
I do want to.
So, 10 weeks. Thank you, baby.
Oh, don't forget we got our date.
Oh, I know.
All right.
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks, man. I do appreciate it.
No problem, sweetie. Guys, stay here for 1 sec. Stay here for 1 sec. Don't stop crying on me. Just remember what my dad said. Cherish these moments because nothing like it will ever, ever happen again.
And I understand totally.
All right? Good luck, boss. See you, baby.
Oh.
Thanks, guys.
All right, darling. I'm so sorry, Hardy.
It's all right. It's all right. I can be your own.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. It's not my fault. I'm going to win it for us. You watch.
Do it. We did a lot together.
I know. I love you so much. You're such a wonderful guy. Don't sell yourself short with those women. Don't do it.
I won't.
Okay?
Or call Jeff or talk to him, whatever they let me do.
Please, God, call him.
I will.
Tell him everything.
All right.
Please. I love you so much. You're beautiful, honey. Oh.
Kick ass, all
Go
right?
out there and make
Take
yourself
names.
proud.
Kick ass and take names.
You do it. Don't sit on anything.
All right, sweetie.
I love you so much.
I miss you, baby.
Oh, God. Oh, quick, go.
All right, I'll see you later.
Bye, honey. I'll miss you.
You got it. I miss you too, sweetie.
Tell Jeff, please.
I love you. Take care.
Okay.
Hey, don't forget. Keep your mind about you. Make the best decision for you and no one else. All right?
Okay.
I felt it was very disrespectful of Hardy and Nicole to not address me. They were given a perfect opportunity to plead their case as to why they should stay, and neither of them did that.
I'm not going to address Will. I'm going to address everybody else.
Mine's a little long. I'm not going to address Will either. First and foremost,
They both started whining. They both started sniveling. I think that really said a lot for their character. This was a perfect opportunity for them to stand up and say something to me in my face rather than whispers behind my back, rather than yelling at me in the backyard.
Hey, Hardy.
Hey, beautiful. How are you?
How are you?
Wonderful.
Welcome. And congratulations for making it this far in the game.
Thank you very much.
Why don't you have a seat over here?
Oh, thank you very much.
Welcome, first of all.
Thank you very much.
You outlasted most of your housemates, and yet here you sit.
Yeah.
What went wrong?
Well, I don't think a lot of things went wrong. I think a lot of things went right. I feel very fortunate to be sitting where I'm sitting this far in the game, and things happen for a reason. It was unfortunate what happened last week in the HOH competition, but
Yeah, I want to ask you about that. Were you mad at Nicole for not winning the HOH competition?
Oh, absolutely not. Nicole at that point in time was going through some extraordinary circumstances that existed outside of the game, and I know that was a concern for her, and I told her point blank, I said, if you feel it necessary, you stop right now, walk away. My main concern is her well-being, and she didn't win, and that's okay. She did her best, and I believe that, and that's all that matters to me.
How do you feel about the fact that Will is still in the house, in the game, and you're not?
Well, I made a critical error in my judgment when I had an opportunity to evict Will. I believed the word of a snake, and the snake bit me. And I had to evict one of my very, very good friends and somebody that I dearly looked up to and admire a lot. But, life goes on, the world will turn.
If you could change anything you did in the house or any experience, what would that be?
It probably would have been to evict Will, obviously,
Right.
since he evicted me. But, everything happens for a reason, and,
At what point did you realize you shouldn't trust this guy? I mean, he's told you and Nicole time and time again, don't trust me, don't trust me,
He's
don't
never
trust
actually told me that personally, but I mean, he and I kind of became somewhat friends, I thought, and a lot of things happened, and we had some good times, and he gave me his word and shook my hand many times, and I believed him, and I shouldn't have believed him. So it just goes to show you what a handshake can do.
Well, Hardy, we asked your housemates to each record a message to you in the event that you were the one evicted tonight. So let's listen to what they had to say.
Oh, thanks.
Hardy, I know we've butted heads a lot of times here in the house over the last couple weeks. You're an excellent competitor. You've really gone very far in this house, and I appreciate who you are.
Your grandma raised you, and she done a good job. Any woman who gets you, she got a gem.
Hardy, I'm so very sorry that we were put into this position.
You gave me some encouraging words when I was nominated. Don't think I forgot those things.
You've had such a huge impact on me, and I'm so glad. I feel so fortunate that I've gotten to know you.
Anything you touch will turn to gold, Hardy. And I love you.
I love you, honey.
That was nice.
Yeah, what's your reaction to what you just heard and saw?
Well, it means a lot to me that they hold me in high regard. It hopefully speaks highly of my character and, my upbringing and just me as a person. I'm glad that they felt the way they feel.
How do you think Nicole's going to get by without you in the house?
Nicole is a very, very strong person, and she has definitely helped me through some very, very difficult times, and I believe that I've helped her as well. But she's a strong person as an individual, and I'm sure she'll do extraordinarily well, and I look forward to watching it.
Why so emotional right now? What's going through your mind?
Well, it's just so many things, I mean, it's been a long, long journey, and a lot of times I just wanted to leave, and I know I couldn't, but I'm just so looking forward to being with my family and friends, and the people that love me.
Has the experience in the house changed you at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
I've learned so much from everybody else, you know, especially the bunkster. Somebody that I didn't think I could learn anybody from, but he really taught me about how to be a better person, and tolerance and patience, and thinking before you speak and act.
That's nice to hear.
Along with many other people, but cumulatively, yeah, I definitely did learn a lot. I took a lot away from it.
Who do you think is going to go on to win this game?
My girl Nicole, of course.
I know you want her to win, but do you think she actually will make it?
I don't doubt it for a second.
We'll see if you're right.
I certainly hope
We'll see
so.
if you're right 2 weeks from tonight. That's when you'll come back, along with the other evicted house guests. Autumn, Cheryl, Shannon, Mike Boogie, Krista, Kent, Bunky, and you'll all decide as a jury who will be the last one standing. But right now, we have two people who are anxious to see you. Your grandmother, Esther, and your brother, here from York, Pennsylvania.
How are you doing? So good to see you. I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to fly out. How are you?
I'm fine.
So good to see you.
I'm glad you're feeling too hard.
What's up, dog?
Yeah. Way to go, man. Made everyone proud. It's good to see you.
Wow, you got me good.